Welcome to Thrive Over 40, a movement for anyone who's ever wondered, is this all there is? If you've ever paused in the middle of your busy life and felt a quiet longing for something more, you're not alone. Maybe you've caught yourself daydreaming about adventures you never took, or passions you set aside for responsibilities. Maybe you've wondered if it's too late to rediscover what truly lights you up inside. You've worked hard, raised families, built careers, and checked all the boxes. You've done everything you were supposed to do, provided, cared, achieved, and sacrificed. You've been the rock for others, the steady hand, the reliable friend, the loving parent or partner. But somewhere along the way, life's vibrant color faded into routine gray. The days start to blend together, and the spark that once made you feel alive seems to have dimmed. You find yourself going through the motions, wondering when you last felt truly excited about what tomorrow might bring. You're not unhappy, but you're not truly living either. There's a subtle emptiness, a sense that something is missing, even if you can't quite put your finger on it. This feeling of being stuck is more common than you think. So many people over 40 quietly wrestle with the same questions, the same doubts, the same yearning for more. It's a silent epidemic for those hitting 40, 50, or 60. We rarely talk about it, but it's there. A quiet ache for meaning, for adventure, for a sense of purpose that goes beyond the daily grind. The dreams you had now feel out of reach, and you tell yourself it's too late to change. You might even believe that your best years are behind you, that the window for transformation is closed. But that's just a story you're telling yourself. The truth is, it's never too late to start living with intention, to rediscover your passions, and to create a life that excites you again. You have the power to rewrite your script, starting now. Every day is a blank page, and you get to decide what the next chapter looks like. It's about small steps, new choices, and believing that change is possible at any age. This isn't about overnight change. It's about deciding to get back in the driver's seat. It's about reclaiming your sense of agency and daring to imagine a future that excites you. Ask yourself, if nothing held you back, what would you do differently tomorrow? What would you try? Where would you go? Who would you become if you gave yourself permission to dream again? Here, we're about real strategies for real people who refuse to settle. We're building a community where you can find support, inspiration, and practical tools to help you thrive, not just exist. This is your invitation to trade quiet desperation for purpose and excitement. The next chapter of your life is waiting to be written. Let's get to work, together. That stuck feeling? It's more common than you think, especially in midlife. You might wake up one day and realize you're not where you thought you'd be, or that the dreams you once had have faded into the background. Maybe you feel like you're just going through the motions, wondering if this is all there is. It's the midlife mirage, an illusion, not a life sentence. This sense of being stuck is a signal, not a verdict. It's your mind's way of telling you that something needs to change, that you're ready for a new chapter. You've been so focused on the daily grind that you've lost sight of where you're going. The routines that once brought comfort now feel like invisible chains, holding you back from the life you truly want. This isn't the end. It's a wake-up call. It's a chance to pause, reflect, and ask yourself what you really want from the years ahead. The real problem is believing your best years are behind you or that change isn't possible. But that's just a story you've been telling yourself, a story you can rewrite at any time. These are self-imposed limits, not facts. The barriers you see are often built from old fears and outdated beliefs. You didn't just end up here. You chose comfort over growth, one small step at a time. Every decision to stay safe, to avoid discomfort, has quietly shaped your present. This feeling is a symptom of losing touch with your authentic self. It's a sign that you're ready to reconnect with your passions, your values, and your dreams. When you lack purpose, everything feels like a chore. Life becomes a series of tasks instead of a journey filled with meaning and excitement. This isn't a crisis. It's a calling to realign your life. It's an invitation to rediscover what lights you up and to pursue it with renewed energy. To break free, face the mirage head-on and challenge your limiting beliefs. Question the stories you've accepted as truth and dare to imagine something better. You built this prison, but you also hold the key. The power to change is already in your hands, waiting for you to use it. Decide you deserve more, and start changing today. Your next chapter begins the moment you choose to answer this wake-up call. Time for a gut check. You can't fix what you won't face. Write down everything you're tolerating, big or small. This tolerance list is a map of your unhappiness. Each item is a choice to accept less than you deserve. Now ask, what's the payoff for tolerating each thing? Maybe it's security, maybe it's avoiding discomfort. But is the payoff worth the price in happiness and self-respect? Usually it's not. This isn't about shame, it's about truth. Once you see the game you're playing, you can stop. You can choose a new strategy. Brutal honesty is the first step to real change. Your body is your most valuable asset. Treat it that way. Stop fueling it with junk and neglect. You don't need a drastic overhaul. Start with small, sustainable changes. Add 1 glass of water a day. Swap chips for an apple. The problem isn't knowledge, it's action. Move your body. Take a 10-minute walk, dance to a song, skip the elevator. The goal isn't to be an athlete, it's to show your body you're back in the game. Movement boosts energy, mood, and resilience. Physical and mental health are deeply connected. Better choices, even small ones, make a big difference. Taking care of your body isn't selfish, it's essential. Show up as your best self, one step at a time. Start now. Your reality is shaped by your self-talk. The words you say to yourself, even when no one else is listening, have the power to build you up or hold you back. Every day, your inner dialogue quietly influences your choices, your confidence, and even your sense of possibility. If you tell yourself you're too old or not enough, your brain will prove you right. These beliefs become self-fulfilling prophecies, shaping your actions and reactions. The more you repeat them, the more your mind accepts them as truth, even when they're not based in reality. It's time to reset your mindset, fire your inner critic, and hire an inner coach. Imagine what you could achieve if you spoke to yourself with encouragement and compassion instead of criticism. This shift is the first step toward lasting change. For the next 24 hours, become an observer of your own mind. Notice your automatic thoughts, especially when you're faced with a challenge or setback. Pay attention to the words and tone you use with yourself. Write them down in a journal or on your phone. You'll be surprised how limiting and repetitive some of these thoughts are. Seeing them in black and white can be a powerful wake-up call. Challenge each negative thought. Ask yourself, is this a fact or just an old opinion I've carried for years? Where did this belief come from, and does it really serve me now? Replace it with a more empowering, realistic statement. For example, instead of, I'm too old to start, try, I have a lifetime of experience to draw from. This isn't about blind positivity, it's about being fair to yourself. This isn't lying to yourself, it's seeing the full picture. You're acknowledging your strengths and your potential, not just your doubts. Practice this daily, you're literally rewiring your brain. Each time you catch and reframe a negative thought, you're creating new neural pathways that support growth and resilience. Try a gratitude practice. Write down 3 things you're thankful for each day. This simple habit shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already good in your life. Over time, this practice helps you see abundance instead of scarcity. You'll start to notice opportunities and blessings you once overlooked. As you continue, your default mindset will gradually shift. You'll find yourself responding to challenges with more optimism and creativity. Remember, your thoughts can become your greatest asset. With practice, you can train your mind to support your success at any age. The people around you shape your mindset and happiness. You are the average of your 5 closest contacts. It's time for a social circle audit. List the people you interact with most. Next to each, mark them as a radiator plus, a drain, or neutral. Radiators energize and inspire you. Drains sap your energy. Be honest, how many drains are in your circle? You can't thrive surrounded by negativity. Create distance from drains. No drama needed, just less time. Invest more in radiators. Reach out, connect, nurture those relationships. If you lack radiators, go find them. Join a club, take a class, volunteer. Your social circle should lift you up, not weigh you down. Choose your influences wisely. Your environment matters. Curate it. Apathy comes from losing your why, your purpose. When old goals are met, you need a new North Star. Finding your why isn't mystical. It's about asking the right questions. What makes you lose track of time? What do you love to learn? What problems move you? Your purpose is where your strengths, passions, and the world's needs meet. It doesn't have to be grand, just meaningful to you. Write your why as a clear statement. Read it every morning. Let it guide your choices. When faced with decisions, ask, does this move me closer to my purpose? A clear why gives you direction and motivation. It's the antidote to drifting through life. Find your why and let it fuel you. Start today. The biggest mistake? Trying to change everything at once. Real, lasting change comes from small, consistent wins. Pick one area to improve, just one. Identify the tiniest action you can take. Want to exercise? Just put your shoes by the door. Achieve that, and you've already won today. Each small win builds confidence and momentum. Tomorrow, take another tiny step. Success is a habit, built micro-win by micro-win. Think of it like pushing a heavy flywheel, hard at first, easier with each push. Soon momentum takes over. A thriving life is built day by day, not overnight. What's your one small step today? Start now. Momentum is your friend. Keep going. We've covered a lot: honesty, health, mindset, purpose, and momentum. But information alone changes nothing. Action does. Thriving over 40 isn't a spectator sport. This community is your launchpad. Here, you don't have to pretend or go it alone. We're your accountability partners and cheerleaders. So, let's get this conversation started. In the comments, share one challenge you're facing. Be specific. Naming your challenge is the first step to overcoming it. Then, share one small win you'll commit to this week. Public commitment boosts your chances of follow-through. Your next chapter starts now. Let's hear from you. Let's thrive together.